Hey everyone, ZLR here, and I'm gonna be doing my week 7 recap video. I'm gonna do it a little bit early just because today I have like an hour until I go into work. So by the time you see this, I'll be at work. So let's just start this off. Showboats and Renegades. The Renegades finally getting their first win of the season, 47-23. For stats, we had first the Showboat side with Williams and Cookus both being out there for quarterbacks. Uh, Williams had 21 attempted passes, 14 completed for 127 yards, one touchdown, and one interception, while Cookus had 17 attempted, 11 completed for 103 yards, one touchdown, and one interception. So both quarterbacks kind of played the same. Uh, Williams also had 34 yards on 6 attempts rushing, and that brought him a touchdown as well. Victor with 33 yards rushing on 11 attempts, and Swen with 29 yards rushing with 5 attempts. For the receiver side of things, we had Davis with 83 yards off of 7 receptions for one touchdown. Papple with 55 yards off of 7 receptions and one touchdown. Adams with 43 yards off of 3 receptions. Anderson with 22 yards off of 2 receptions. And Wilson with 14 yards off of 1 reception. That was quite a lot to go through. For some reason, I'm already out of breath. Uh, then we have Perez on the Renegade side, 32 attempts, 27 completed, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Scott also got out there, 13 yards with 2 attempts, 2 completed for one touchdown. Pretty good game for the quarterbacks there. Smith, the running back, had 101 yards off of 14 attempts rushing for 2 touchdowns. Pretty good game for him. For receiving side, Peyton had 82 yards off of 4 receptions, 2 touchdowns. Canella had 72 yards off of 9 receptions for 2 touchdowns. Vaughn's had 41 yards off 4 receptions. Van Der Esch had 40 yards off of 2 receptions. Smith had 35 yards off of 5 receptions. And Burnett had 35 yards off of 4. So that was a pretty good first game for them. And then for the next game, we have the Battlehawks and the Stallions, where the Stallions won 30-26 in a very close game. And we're gonna start off with talking with the Battlehawks first. 32 attempts, 19 completed passes for AJ McCarron. It's 161 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Rushing, Sailors 38 yards off of 10 attempts, rushing for 2 touchdowns. AJ McCarron 24 yards off of 2 attempts rushing, and really about it there for that. Butler had 89 yards receiving off of 7 receptions. Shepard had 22 yards off of 2 receptions. Mitchell had 21 yards off of 3 receptions. Sailors had 4 receptions for 20 yards. Nice. And one touchdown. So, pretty decent game there for the Battlehawks. But the Stallions, Martinez, 33 attempts, 21 completed passes, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. Really good game from him. Martinez also had 60 yards rushing off of 7 attempts. Person had 42 yards off of 10 attempts rushing. Marable had 31 yards rushing off of 7 attempts and one touchdown. And for the receiving side of things, we had Austin with 59 yards, 3 receptions, 1 touchdown. Williams with 41 yards, 4 receptions, 1 touchdown. Kane with 29 yards, 4 receptions, 1 touchdown. Sternberger with 25 yards off of 2 receptions. Jennings with 20 yards off of 2 receptions. Bob with 19 yards off of 1 reception. Victor with 12 yards off of 1 reception. And Thomas with 10 off of one. So a lot of our receivers getting at least double-digit numbers there. Panthers and Defenders was the next game. 22-9, the Panthers won. And yeah, they had. Well, that's weird. It says the Panthers didn't even have a quarterback. Look at that on. It says passing, no quarterback. I might have to look this up. Let's see if it shows anything here. No, it's not. Oh, wait a second. Where is. Oh, that is so weird. I guess I'll just talk about their. I mean, they had to get shit thrown to because there are receivers that have 45 yards off of 6 receptions and stuff like that. But I'll figure that out. So Colburn 16 attempts at rushing for 137 yards, and Hills with 37 yards off of 10 attempts rushing for 1 touchdown. Nakua 45 yards off of 6 receptions. Hikutini with 39 yards, 2 receptions. Sims with 36 yards off of 3 receptions. Hills with 13 yards off of 2 receptions, and Quinn with 11 yards off of 1 reception. I really want to try to figure out where it. What is going on? Oh, there we go. I had to go onto the actual thing here. Where was it again? Backup. Oh, so they probably had their backup quarterback. That was Jalen McClendon. Never mind, that was the Defenders. Um, why does it like not say? That is so weird. It really does not say. Why does it not say who's it? That why? What the flippin' floop is going on here? Did my app is my app just weird? Like, do I have to go back into it? It literally shows. Okay, so it shows stats, but it doesn't tell me the name of the guy. It says 13 attempted, 11 completed for 116 yards. That is weird. But anyway, sorry it took so long for that, but had to look. Uh but now for the defender side, Teamu 127 yards, one touchdown, and that was 14 attempts at passing with 10 completed. And McClendon with 14 attempts, 9 completed for 73 yards. There's quite a lot of rushers. So we had Cootie with 28 yards off of one attempt at rushing. At rushing. Rowland with 19 yards off of 2 attempts rushing. McClendon 13 yards off of 2 attempts rushing. Teamu with 3 yards off of 3 attempts. And even their other quarterback got a run in with Francois, I think. I think that's how you say it. With 1 yard off of 1 attempt. Pretty funny there that all 3 quarterbacks got a run. Then Scott, for the receivers, got 87 yards off of 2 receptions for 1 touchdown. Harmon with 37 yards off of 6 receptions. Smith with 17 yards off of 2 receptions. Smith, the tight end, with 2 receptions for 15 yards. They have 2 Smiths on friggin' on offense. That is crazy. Didn't see that coming. And Harris with 14 yards off 2 receptions. Ellis with 14 yards off of 2 receptions. Sorry it took so long for that game to be talked about. But here's the last one now. The Brahmas and the Roughnecks. And to be completely honest, this game was the slowest one out of all of them. So we had Dormady with 24 attempts, 10 completed passes for 142 yards and 1 interception. Lovett had 37 yards rushing for 1 touchdown, and that was out of 18 attempts at rushing. Dormady had 6 yards of rushing off of 2 attempts, and Stevenson had 2 yards off of 1 attempt. Akers had 72 yards off of 3 receptions. Kirkland had 40 yards off of 3 receptions. Lovett had 28 yards off of 5 receptions. Stevenson had 20 yards off of 2 receptions. And Latimer had 20 yards off of 1 reception. That was just for the Brahmas side. Now for the Roughnecks side, we had Garantano with 18 attempts at passing, 11 completed, 121 yards. And Sinnott with 2 attempted passes, with 2 of them being completed, for 17 yards. Thompson, 38 yards rushing with 9 attempts at that. Pledger with 30 yards rushing with 11 attempts at that. And Garantano with 14 yards rushing with 3 attempts. Then we have Hall with 69 yards off of 5 receptions. Ratliff Williams with 25 yards off of 3 receptions. Chisholm with 19 yards off of 2 receptions. And Butler with 14 yards off of 1 reception. And Grayson, 11 yards, 2 receptions. I am very sorry about the Panthers and Defenders one being so long. For some reason, they're not showing the quarterback's name or whatever, so I can't really find that. But let me know in the comments who played for them during that game. And as always, hope you guys liked this video. Hope you guys come back and watch some more at some point. Over here, you'll probably see my subscribe thing. And over here, like on this side, you'll see all of my UFL content and my NFL content. So, hope you guys watch that stuff too. And as always, hope to see you all in the next video. See you around.